Hi, I'm Steph Kingdon, partner and team leader of the Bristol Property Disputes team. The Landlord and Tenant Act 1954 is an important law for business leases in England and Wales. It gives most business tenants what's called security of tenure. And basically, that means the right to stay on and renew their lease when it ends. So how does that work? Well, if you're using a property for business, then your lease doesn't automatically stop when the term ends. It continues until either party takes steps to end it. And that protection applies automatically unless the parties agree to contract out before signing the lease. So if the Act applies, the tenant has the right to renew at market rent, unless the landlord can show a valid legal ground for refusal, such as redevelopment or needing the property back for their own use. So there are a few key things that landlords and tenants shouldn't ever forget. So firstly, it's all about starting the process properly. So if you're a landlord and you want to end or renew a lease, then you need to serve a formal notice that's called a Section 25 notice. And if you're a tenant that wants to request a new lease, you need to serve a Section 26 request. And it's those notices that trigger the renewal process under the Act. Second, it's about really understanding your options. So landlords can only refuse a new lease, as I said, for specific legal reasons. And if challenged, they need to be able to evidence those. And third, watch the clock, because once those notices are served, there are strict deadlines for applying to court if you can't agree terms, and missing them can mean losing your rights. Compensation is another important point. So if renewal is refused on certain grounds, the tenant may be entitled to a payment. And usually that's 1 times the property's rateable value, or 2 times if they've been there for 14 years or more. So the Act hasn't had any major updates for 20 years, and the Law Commission are currently reviewing it. Security of tenure is likely to remain, but other possible updates could include increasing the length of the lease to qualify for protection, so from 6 months to 2 years, and simplifying the renewal process. So watch this space, because any changes may well impact the way that new leases are negotiated and managed. So if you need help in any of those areas, do get in touch, because our team can help navigate every step.